All right, before we get started, I just wanted to show you a video that I found of actual footage of Democrats and Republicans arguing over the bill, and even Republicans arguing over the bill. So sit tight. Here it is.
Whatever you want. Whatever I want. It's never whatever I want. When I said that I wanted to have kids and you said that you wanted me to have a vasectomy, what did I do? When you said that you might want to have kids and I wasn't so sure, who had the vasectomy reversed? And then when you said you definitely didn't want to have kids, who had it reversed back? Snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap. You have no idea the physical toll the 3 vasectomies have on a person.
Well, there you have it. That's exactly what is going on right now. Guess what? We're here to talk about the damn farm bill again. And it seems that there was some outside pressure that forced Republicans to pull away from the bill entirely. And that came from Vivek and Elon Musk. And so this is going to be foreshadowing into the next 4 years. It could be a very lame duck presidency, is what it's kind of looking like. It could be. Let's hope not. Let's hope we get some progress. Let's hope we get some things moving forward. But we shall see. Anyways, so what this kind of means is that we have to wait till tomorrow night at midnight. And if that doesn't happen, then we'll probably have to wait again because they have to get together to come up with something that they can pass so they can fund the government for until the next session. And what it means is that your soldiers won't get paid, government workers won't get paid, which is all around pretty poor legislation. I wish they could fix it to where instead of passing a giant omnibus bill that is full of things that the American people don't want, or most of the American people don't want. So I think partially I am kind of happy that it didn't pass because inflation is created by the government, and putting too much funds into the system does create inflation. There are some things that do need funded, including disaster relief. Disaster relief is very essential for those who have been hit by hurricanes, who have been hit by droughts, record heats, and it's been pretty rough for farmers in my part of the country. We've been going through a lot of dryness, heat, and we've been hit pretty hard. We're resilient though. We keep going. We keep. That's kind of what we just do. In bad years, we just kind of just keep our head held high and just hope the best. But usually, whenever we do get disaster relief or aid, it kind of averages out. It kind of helps out with those really bad years. And so the 30 billion that was promised to farmers, which 10 billion would have been placed directly to farmers for disaster relief, it's still on, it's still on hold. So it is kind of interesting, though, that if the bill does not pass, we will be at parity prices, which was passed into permanent law during the Great Depression because an overabundance of crops were in the market, and so farmers were going bankrupt left and right. And so that was a bailout system that kind of helped farmers make it through tough times in the Great Depression. And so they created price fixes so that way farmers did not go bankrupt and they could continue on feeding America. And so if that law goes into effect, then we will be seeing corn prices going up double. So it'll be from $4 to like $7.45. And then cotton prices will go up double pretty much. I think last year was 66 cents, and then this next year will be $1.59 if it goes to parity. And then my favorite is wheat. Wheat is in the $5 range. I think it was 5.5, 5.45 or something like that last time I saw it. And it would be $15. So $15 wheat sounds pretty damn good to me. And if that happens, then all of your prices at the grocery store are going to go up again. So the consumer will be affected dramatically. And also that will be come out of your tax dollars. Milk will also be one of those ones that goes up. Sorghum or Milo will also go up. So all of these things look good to me. If it does not pass, we will go to permanent law that was in fact made in the Depression era. So I think we kind of win either way, but I think the disaster relief fund is much needed because it would be more of an immediate funding. So farmers will have a hard time getting funding if the law doesn't pass through because of the 3 years of just horrible, horrible pricing, inflation, um, interest rates, 9.5 interest rate, almost double digit. And again, if you want to combat interest, use companies like StoneX to hedge against interest rate, and it will really, really help you take out, even a couple of percentage points on your interest. And so that's always a good thing. So just be mindful of other options that you can use to help combat, these hard times. And we've been using them, and they've worked out okay for us. And so we will continue to use them to help combat that. But anyways, all the best, and let's kind of hope it passes, and that Republicans and Democrats can work together for the American people, or the Republicans and Republicans can work together for the people, because a lot of them do not want any subsidies to go to the farmer at all. They want the farmers to go into more of a competitive market that should adjust for higher prices and make the market more competitive. But it's a global market, and so we're competing against other countries as well too. And so things get a little bit more dicey and complicated than just competing against the farmers in America. And it gets to be to where you're gonna have another Great Depression. You're gonna have farmers just go I mean going broke real fast. And so one area of concern, which is the area that I'm in, the weather is just absolutely horrible. I do not know why farmers back in the day decided to come farm here. However, there's good water and there's good soil. And so right now our county alone feeds about 400,000 cattle. And that goes into the market for food for the American people. In my area, there's 2 million cattle, which represents 30% of the nation's beef. 85% of Texas beef is produced in my area. This would be absolutely devastating to the United States if we were not able to feed the cows. And it's kind of ridiculous that people really don't look into how farming is and what the operations are like and how risky the business is. That's why insurance does not want into farming use, because the risk of farming is just incredible. There are years where you're going to come out and you're going to make a lot, and you have to put enough back, because there'll be 3 to 5 years to where you're going to be running either negative or just right at break even. And so it's a very difficult business, and everything is very, very expensive. And I'm not even talking about just the tractors. I'm talking about everything in the industry is very expensive. Just to put out water on our land is very, very expensive. And so just one example of that would be during the Obama administration, to where you think that you should be able to plan for risk. Well, who can plan for $100,000 a month energy bill whenever the year before it was 20,000? And so it's insane to me that people from the outside look at it as, oh, you should just compete, and have no knowledge of the business. And it is a business that gets attacked by every damn thing that you can think of. Mother Nature, idiot politicians, trade policies that are horrible. I mean, you can have a ship that crashes in the Mediterranean that was delivering fertilizer to some foreign country, and it affects the price of the United States because everybody has to change in where they buy fertilizer from. And so that causes fertilizer to go way up. And just like we saw in Ukraine and Russia, where they're going to war with each other, the breadbasket and the fertilizer armpit of of the world are in conflict with each other, causing a massive strain on fertilizer. And so that's one of the small reasons why we are seeing a drastic increase in fertilizer. And if you want to fix that, then we have to put together fertilizer plants in the United States or in countries that are more stable. And so if we could produce more, maybe it would offset the prices. But again, it's just insane how people just look at it with not even understanding anything about the business. So just keep thinking about us farmers and what we go through. Talk to a farmer, get to know them, get to know their business, because we do like to talk about it, and we do like to give people the knowledge, because we are the farming industry is shrinking, and they're getting older. The average age of a farmer is 50 and over, and so we need younger people in farming. And things like this, bills like this, will cause disinterest in farming totally, because of how scary it can be. And believe me, we've seen it all. My family has seen it all. We've been farming for over 100 years in the panhandle of Texas, and it's hell or high water. I mean, it really is. But we love it. We're all workaholics, and we just want to continue doing what we do because we're damn good at it.